Hey guys, I hope you are all doing well. I think we're very early in a new uranium bull market, which we have not seen since 2003 to 2007. That was the last uranium bull market. So we're going to be taking a look at a couple of things in this video. We're going to be looking at ticker UX, which is U308 futures. We're then going to be going across onto MarketSmith. They're today's video sponsor. Discounted trial in the comments if you're interested. Or I'm going to show you the 3 uranium stocks that I am watching for breakout setups in. 2 of those are pure uranium plays, and then the other one is actually the largest US producer of carbon-free energy, including wind, solar, nuclear, and hydro. So I'll be talking to you about that stock as well. There's a really good uranium community online. I've been starting to do these videos recently as I've seen that kind of relative strength coming through, the stock setting up, meeting my criteria as well. So I'd really appreciate it if we could get 150 likes on this video. Please do comment down below the uranium stocks that you are paying attention to and any thoughts and comments that you may have as well. So let's jump on into it. U308 futures. So we can see this phase 4 decline into this phase 1 accumulation base, and then this actually builds a cup and handle. The bottom of this base, actually the bottom of the cup, and then see how we get really tight over here. This is the monthly chart as well, really tight in here, and then transitioning into a phase 2 uptrend. Those of you who study the Wyckoff methodology or Stan Weinstein's work will be very familiar with price cycles. So I think this here is a very positive tailwind that's going to feed in to many uranium stocks. So let's go and take a look at those on MarketSmith. Okay guys, so the first one up is UEC, which is Uranium Energy Corporation. Now this one here is actually my favorite from a technical perspective. 2 quarters of triple-digit earnings coming through as well, and I think the RS lines are very impressive. So these are the relative strength lines versus both the market versus the stocks owned industry group as well. Very strong, very impressive. We've seen a doubling in the fund ownership from 101 to 205 in the last 7-8 quarters. That's very good. And now those of you who have read Mark Minervini's books will know about the volatility contraction pattern. We're seeing some VCP action going on here on the weekly chart. So see how this is starting to tighten up, consolidate around these key moving averages. This is getting very tight indeed. This one here is the one which is highest on my radar. I really like the causality point here, coming from more so a Wyckoff background. I believe in the law of cause and effect. So the bigger the cause invariably means the bigger the effect. I'll show you a chart of Tesla on the monthly in a second, but UEC from a technical perspective I think looks very strong here. The relative strength is the opinion of the market. It's not my opinion, not your opinion. The stocks that have the highest relative strength are the ones that the market favors the most. So UEC, when I compare that to individual uranium names, looks very strong. This is one that I am actively targeting and entering if it meets my buy criteria. But this one here looks very strong. Let me just show you that causality point on Tesla. So whenever I read online or something like that this stock is going to go up 10x, 5x, whatever, or a sector is going to do very well, I would expect to see a large cause there. So if you take a look at Tesla here, before Tesla goes up, I think it was around about 1600%. Do you see the causality that's being built here? So before Tesla breaks out here and goes from basically $20 to nearly $400, okay, what I would expect to see from kind of a bull case scenario is a lot of causality there, a very big base. Why? Because it gives larger operators in the market more time to accumulate their position, shake out the weak hands, strong hands come in. So for stocks and sectors that make very big moves, I would expect to see a lot of causality there. We can see that with the U308 futures on the monthly chart, big old cup and handle for a phase 1 accumulation base as well. So I think it's really interesting when we then flick back to UEC. You could also look at this as potentially a big cup and handle type pattern on the monthly chart as well. Lots of volume coming through indicates that there is large operators active. The fact that we can see a doubling in the fund ownership as well leads me to believe, and from what I'm seeing in terms of the chart, the technicals, leads me to believe there is a lot of accumulation going on. So UEC is top of my list. Then let me do the other uranium related stock, which is LEU. Now I'm paying attention to this one because it's potentially building a cup and handle type pattern. Now it's pulled back down. The stock got out really well. We have multiple up weeks in a row. The RS line is turning up there nicely. Volume is confirming that move. Now it's pulled back down to the key moving averages. So what I'm looking at here is for price to just tighten up around these key moving averages. Case in point, do you see in here how price tightens up here? Look how the volume just dries up. See in here as well how price gets nice and tight. The volume dries up as well. See in here as well before it breaks out on the weekly chart, the volume dries up as well. Now what does this mean when you get the tightness in price and the volume drying up? It means there is a lack of supply coming to market. Weak hands have been shaken out, absorbed, strong hands are in there. Then I can look to create a more asymmetric risk versus reward trade. So I think LEU may be a couple of weeks away. I just want to see price get really nice and tight. As you can see from all of these prior breakouts, see how tight it gets in here as well. Nice big bases being built. So I think this is a strong one. It's well and truly on my radar. Triple digit earnings, high sales coming through in the recent quarter. Just needs a little bit more work. Now let's go on to the energy provider, which is CEG is the ticker for this one. Now you have Fidelity in there establishing a position. The stock has been extremely strong from its IPO. It gaps above this kind of initial IPO base. Volume comes in as well. You get this follow through buying coming through on volume as well. So volume is confirming the move. RS line versus the stock zone industry group versus the market, very strong. And now it is just consolidating and actually put an inside day in on the day of filming this on the 10 EMA, 21 EMA and 50 SMA. That's a nice reference point for me to be looking for setup. So this is one here well and truly on my radar. I really like this shakeout underneath the 50 SMA. So this one here as well, uranium related but in a different sense, but looks very, very strong. So for me at the moment, in terms of thinking that there could be this uranium bull market playing out over the next 3 years, 5 years, decades, who knows how long, it's dialing it into, okay, what are the market's favorite stocks? How do I do that? Pay attention to relative strength, which ones technically are the strongest. That is what I'm very focused on. So I wrap it up there, guys. We'll look forward to seeing your comments down below for the uranium related stocks that you are interested in. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, look forward to seeing you in a future video.